stressed.
I'm never stressed. Hello and welcome once again to Nerve Check, where I screw up the intro. No, not this time around. I am here with the looks and the brains to talk about some stuff because it's the middle of the week and damn it, we're all tired. So, how the pair are you doing today?
Excellent.
I'm doing excellent.
Yeah, you, Mister. I'm going to get on a plane and go play, Kings of War on the other side of the bloody country or planet or something. You going over home? You're going to go over and play in the largest Kings of War tournament known to man at this point in time?
Well, I figured it's only fair that having participated and done Kings of War tournaments on this side of the pond, for the first time, they get to cross the ocean and go to England. Because I have gone to many countries in this world. I have never gone to England other than London for a night, which doesn't count because you're waiting to get on a plane the next day. This will be my first time in England. And what am I going to do with my first time in England? Am I going to see Big Ben? Am I going to go see London Bridge? Or am I going to go play war games?
Toy soldiers.
No, really what you're doing is you're putting that abyss army of terror to go and show people on another continent how to absolutely spoil fun for everybody else. Like, isn't Dan King enough over there? Like, do you have to ruin them too?
Well, we'll see if they're used to it. We'll see how many other dirty lists have come out from that event and what I'm getting myself into. So we'll see how effective I am based upon how quickly they get nerfed and whether or not I can play it with English beer in my system.
Yeah, I'm not touching that one with the 10.
It's gonna be exciting.
Greg's. Remember, you got to go to Greg's. So, but anyway, other than that, because we will, I know you put a little thing out with
and I do appreciate all the people who've reached out to me about which bars to go to and how to get from the airport to Nottingham. So we're pretty good now on that part of the voyage. Now we're looking into, A, I probably should still book my hotel in Nottingham because we haven't done that yet.
That might be a good idea.
B, we should probably find out what the activities are on the Thursday and Friday when we're there.
Yeah, well, I'm sure if you reach out to Steve Hildrew, who I believe is running the event, he'll have some sort of itinerary for you in some way, shape, or form.
I'm sure. So that's the next two steps, and that can be on Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah.
Like who needs to book in advance?
Apparently not you two. I know you're going there with Nathan, so we are waiting with bated breath. When you guys come back, we'll probably have you the pair of you on to tell us how great it was, and I'll just sit here with my arms crossed, feeling like I've missed out on a better part of my life and singing memories in the background.
But you're going to Crossroads, and
we are going to Crossroads
the weekend after. So I can assure you, I will not be on any podcast between Clash and Crossroads because I value my head, and right now I have my life on the line by 2 tournaments in 2 weekends. So.
What, you think you might lose a marriage over the fact that you're going away to England, coming back, and then going, let's get back into a car and go to.
Yeah, I don't want to push it by like, let's add a podcast in between. No.
I would say smart man, but you're doing the other 2 things in between.
You'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
If John says you'll be fine, you probably will.
Unlikely she'll kill you. She still needs you to parent your children. So
that's true.
Otherwise, she would have to. So I'll be safe. I just yes.
You might sting, but you'll live.
You'll find until the kids reach at least somewhere in the late teens, early 20s, and then you're kind of SOL.
Yeah. See, so still want to live. So we're doing Crossroads. And then we're going to do Crossroads together as a team. And we have the most excellent shirts possible. I have a white and cream colored marker to adjust some of the pictures on the t-shirt.
Look, nobody's seen these things. So
I'm not talking because clearly if you look at the nerve check symbol, there is white on that nerve check symbol.
You learn how to edit photos then.
I'm not going to learn. I know how to edit it with like a little fabric marker. That's what I got. If you want to add the color in on the dice and...
The mystery that Ray is whining about will be revealed later. So.
Later. later.
Later. Oh,
Maybe,
Ray's very
maybe.
excited about this because Ray's now talking
Oh,
about himself in
I'm
third person.
extremely excited about this.
And
I
then we
cannot
might
wait.
as well go into the third thing, which is the Halloween special when Ray's allowed out of the house again after September.
Which would be October. That's right. John made the most predictions. Thanks, Justin.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah.
For King Beyond the Wall. So Ray, on the other hand, will be having an army chosen by John to be played with, which means no abyssals. We're going to take those off the table completely, and
No, that's not true. So he could end up playing Abyssals.
that's true.
He could end up playing an all Berserkers list. I've decided that the dice will determine. So we're gonna do another episode where I roll for Ray's army. And I literally mean roll. We're gonna
Yep.
roll for army selection, we're gonna roll for unit selections. It could be excellent or it could be hot trash. We are gonna find out together. It'll
That's
be
right.
an adventure.
Because John, for some reason, has suggested we do this live. So at some point, we will be putting it out when this is all going to happen. So live streaming, I know we're actually going to try and do this thing. It's going to go terribly, and I will screw up that intro as well. Probably 3 times as bad because we'll be live. So the 3 people that'll be on to listen to that
Right.
and watch that will be perfectly fine for that. So
Because we get tens of listeners, but like live, we might get ones of listeners.
we're gonna have Ryan all by himself, just watching in the background, going, "Cheer, Ryan!" and be like, "Yay!"
I don't even care if anybody shows up. I'm excited just to roll for Ray's army and see what trash comes out of this.
I absolutely think it's going to be this. This might end up becoming a. I think we should find another way of using this in some way, shape, or form. The roll for the army thing seems kind of fun, to be completely honest.
I think it definitely is a one-day thing for like.
Oh, this is only for one day.
Definitely a
tournament.
one.
Yeah.
No, but as a one day comes up, like one of us gets suckered into. So
We
Ben,
can
it might be your turn
certainly
next.
explore that. Yep.
Hey, I have no problems in playing absolutely anything that is.
We
Well,
can
you
just
play
make it
Trident, so-
whoever finishes best and whoever finishes worst at the next
yeah.
tournament can do it.
Ooh.
So the best army, whoever finishes best, the worst person rolls for their army.
Sure.
Yeah, we can do this.
It's
It's going to be our one day.
Sure. Yeah, let's do that. Sure.
Yeah, we all need a challenge every once in a while. So,
But then we have Christmas, which we probably won't do because that is a separate.
that's a little close.
I have a special army coming for Christmas, so
Is Santa Claus coming early?
Santa Claus is doing something and is probably not what you want him to be doing.
Well, that's why we call you Fashion Santa Claus. So
Yeah, it will be stylish.
it will be stylish at that point in time. So just a heads up, please read the pack for the Christmas thing. We have not seen any of this. All we keep hearing is somebody better read the pack. So read the damn pack. This is the only time I'm going to mention this. Read the pack. So be ready for that.
So we have the epic 2-day for the Northeast, and then a 1 day in October, 1 day in December.
Yep.
We probably Mike Rossi will be holding his 2-day in January.
God, I hope it's January this time and not the beginning of February like it was last year, this year, whenever.
As do I, because then we have March of Death, February 28th, March 1st. So that's the schedule for like the next 6 months. So we know the next 6 months of Nerve Check. We know the next 6 months of Northeast events. If anyone wants to come to one of these events and needs a place to stay, needs information, reach out to us. We are on Facebook.
We are.
Well, they can message us. They can find
Individually, we are. Yeah.
Individually.
I did get asked about where our Facebook page was, and I was like, well, we're not that organized. So
we're not that old.
You could tag us in one of the individually tag us in many of the Kings of War groups.
Yeah.
I'm sure that would work because then we'd get personal notifications. So you can do that.
Yeah, you can also do that. And I don't think any of us is tech savvy enough to do these Facebook.
And maybe we'll get a Facebook page soon. Who knows? Maybe I'll try to put that together.
Maybe we should be newer or hipper or something.
Unlikely.
Like the bee's knees or something. What else might be going around? John, you said something about the Chicago GT. Is that coming up at some point in time? That's supposed to be like the first weekend of October or something. Did you say that?
Michigan.
No,
Michigan
Michigan.
GT.
Michigan GT is coming up. It's usually early October. I don't know the dates exactly. It's one I have interest in going to, but it's gonna be a push. We'll find out.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Okay, because you mentioned it to me a little while ago, and I was kind of floating that idea around a little bit. So
It is an idea, that's for sure.
if somebody's going across the pond, I'm just because I want to be an 8-year-old go. It's not fair, and maybe I want to go to something else. But Ray's not going to be there.
I have never gone to the Michigan GT, even though it's in Lansing, Michigan. It's pretty close to me, and I think it's around Thanksgiving. I don't know if it's the week
Wait a minute,
before, week
who's
after.
Thanksgiving?
It's
Ours.
usually early October.
Yeah,
Well, hopefully it's not on our bloody Thanksgiving
It might
because
be.
it has
I-
been, but I think this year it's the week before or the. So I was like, no.
well,
Now-
other than rambling on
About
event,
upcoming events.
So I
Looking to the
believe that
future.
it is October 3rd to 5th.
Yeah.
ooh, that might be doable.
Good for
Lansing.
Take a look at that. We will have to take a look at that, but we can take a look at that at some other time. With the Crossroads coming up, run again by the wonderful Corey Reynolds. Of course, we've been putting armies together. We've been talking to each other, and it brought up the question. Well, it brought up my question on this side: is infantry ever really going to be used as something other than like? We seem to see a lot of hordes. We're seeing a lot of phalanx. We're seeing a lot of, giant bloody blocks of nerve that do nothing other than just be giant blocks of nerve. We're seeing like
Well,
things
what do you
like
mean by is in like? I think you have to clarify the question.
scarecrows, skeletons, the naiads and snares with the phalanx and the hay and all the rest of it. So, but these are all like hordes. Like we don't really see the like an infantry set that's just sort of like the what the hell are the Huskars now, like the heavier infantry, just these things that are like in regiments and troops and that sort of thing. It just seems to kind of be, well, I guess we see regiments and regiments of things that are shooting, but we're not really seeing like the army of the kingdoms of men that don't really have like a ton of flappy birds and that sort of thing around. It's a lot of monsters, a lot of larger bastards that are coming out. Like maybe it's just me. I
I
don't
think
know.
it's just you. At one point, I had 6 hordes of infantry in my Kingdoms of Men army. 6
But
hordes.
they didn't count. They were just like these. They were just sort of there. None of them fought.
What do you think they're supposed to do?
Fight.
Like they're infantry. They're not good at fighting for the most part. I have seen infantry in almost every army I have played against lately. If I think back to the last tournament, the only army that I don't think had infantry, not counting Ray's trash unit that he had snuck in there, the Green Lady list didn't have infantry, it had elementals instead.
Right.
The Naiads was the triple phalanx hordes, which was hilarious.
That's
The
true.
Empire of Dust had
One
revenants.
giant horde.
No, yeah, but it had a horde of infantry that did its job of just walking up and soaking damage and getting in the way and being a nuisance. Who did I play round 1?
That's a
My
good
memory
question.
is not good anymore.
But I agree with you, John. Going through the 5 opponents I had, all of them had infantry.
But was it? But they weren't fighting. Like we don't
But
really
what do
see.
you? That's what I mean.
That's
What are
not
you
true.
asking?
I think right now, if you're looking at who does fighting infantry well, it's Ratkin shock troops. You almost always see a horde or two of shock troop, Ratkin
Yep.
shock troops, with the exception of a highly specialized, totally shooting list. But short of that, you will always see at least 1 to 2 hordes of shock troops. Other infantry that tends to be used is Naiads in Northern Alliance, normally 1 horde. Some people go crazy and go 3, but
Depends
at
on the
least 1
list.
horde seems to be common. Other infantry units that I've seen a lot is dwarfs, and
Yeah.
I think what I would agree with you, Ben, is there's a severe lack of infantry regiments in use, and
Because they're not good.
The only
True.
people I see using infantry regiments are dwarfs because they're defense 6.
Yeah, and they're not there to kill anything. They're just. But is it? I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking like, is infantry the thing that's just kind of? It's a rank and flank game. Like I guess I'm always hoping for. Well, I don't really want to go back to the days of John with his 3 hordes of shooters with the, the piercing arrows and all the rest of the crap that
Well,
went inside on that. But at the same time, I kind of miss them.
Listen,
the
I used to bring blenders of palace guards as well. You just don't like anything I play.
the
So
the,
Well, I have bad memories. Let's just put it that way.
what was
A
it
good
that
memory.
I played against Justin's 9 list where he had 9 regiments of Twilight Kin Corsairs, I think, that
the
could
ensnare or the phalanx guys?
I don't know, but they got up to like 18-20 nerve or 17-19
They're
nerve,
the phalanx guys.
and they were all rally, so he would have 2 rally on them.
Yep.
And I think the issue with infantry right now is if infantry regiments were allowed to rally other infantry regiments, just rally one on the infantry regiments, you would see a significant increase in the usefulness because right now everything is geared up to kill 15-7 defense 5. I know when I'm planning any form of Alpha Strike list, I know when John's planning his shooting, you're gearing up to be able to kill that level of unit. I know that once you go up to 16, 18, 17, 19 nerve,
It's
the
tougher.
math goes off, just those 2 points. So if you say to the infantry, which is normally 14, 16, like that's your common foot guard regiment in Kingdoms of Men. And if you go, your foot guard infantry regiment will rally only other infantry regiments, which makes it much, much harder. Like I'm sure we could figure out a way to abuse it, but it'd be a lot harder to do so.
Of course we can.
Don't you have that in the abyssals and you're not really using it? Like you've got rally on top of rally on your
Because he has berserkers. So
because he has berserkers.
right
But-
now, infantry regiments don't have enough attacks to be relevant for the most part, and they're too easy to one shot. Like they
True.
just die.
And I am, if I was going to go and continue with abyssals, I would not do abyssal berserkers. I would like to try the rally option because I think it is. When I was playtesting Forces of Abyss, I used the abyssal berserkers were not at the level that they're at right now, so I was using the abyssal guard with their rally option to get the which ones are the ensnare seductresses?
Yep.
Up to 16-18, and 16-18 with ensnare and phalanx
Is disgusting.
Disgusting.
It's ridiculous. It really is.
So, at that point in time, those infantry regiments were useful. Flame bearers at 15-17 nerve
Are way better.
10-5. Like you can't one shot them with a dragon at that point. Like you throw a dragon and it's like, okay, cool. You're going to sit there because the odds of you killing a 15-17 unit, even though its defense is negligible.
It's like a 30% crack at it, and that's a bad math trade.
Right.
For a dragon. Otherwise, a dragon is in there. And so I completely agree that with the Forces of Abyss, you can do a rally option to get your units up to -18, -19, 16-18 with ensnare. I think, large units of seductresses and ensnare would actually be a significant impact, negative impact to the abyssal berserker spam I have. And it's something I would like to try out when I go on to the next army. But that's where I think abyssal berserkers work. I've seen people use it with herd, where they get the rally 1 option with one of the longhorns for the infantry.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I would just prefer to see that more prevalent and controlled. I don't necessarily know if the infantry hordes need to receive the rally 1, but then again,
I think that all infantry could do with more attacks and higher nerve.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Even the hordes, because you can take down a horde pretty quick if you want to, and that's supposed to be your big block of dudes. Even regiments are supposed to be, 20 dudes?
Yeah.
Right? Theoretically, 20 dudes compared to large infantry that's 6 dudes, and they're just a lot shittier.
Yeah. I
They're
just
weaker. They don't output as much. They just die. Their nerve is too low.
well, I think the attacks are also on the low side as well.
Yep.
Like 12 attacks, I don't think is anywhere near enough. When you get to 15, like the Fleet Wardens in
The
Twilight Guild,
phalanx guys have more attacks. They're way
yeah,
better.
and they're a ton better, and they just feel better. Just having the extra attacks, it feels like you even if you were hitting on fours, it feels like you're going to do something back on the
Yep.
on the reproach and that on sorry in their counterattack, they'll do more, or they'll at least have a chance going in to do some serious damage, or hold you up a little bit more, that sort of thing. So
Oh
that's
yeah,
why,
phalanx having 15 and 30 attacks compared to 12 and 25 feels much better in terms of output.
yeah, yeah. Do you think it's that, or like a lot of these things are? Well, I guess it's part of the reason why I'm not really playing elves in any way, shape, or form, because it's it's the low defense, but it's also the low amount of attacks. It's the we're going to take you out in one turn sort of thing.
Coupled
They
with
don't.
even the elves don't have great nerve. I'm pretty sure some of the elf palace guard are what 14, 16 for their infantry.
I think they're 15,
I think
17
they're
for the
15,
palace
17.
guard and 14, 16 for everything else.
Yep.
Which is good, but it's not enough when everything is geared to kill that.
And
Yeah,
their
so-
defense 4. Unless you don't take crushing strength on them, then their defense 5. But why?
Why wouldn't you?
They made that unit very sad. So
They did. They did. They've made a lot of things sad on the elves, and at some point in time, we should have a longer discussion about those sons of bitches. But it's definitely an army I would love to get back into, but I don't think we can until we get more into whatever changes may or may not be coming at some point in time.
you can play them now. Keith Randall has been playing them fairly steadily for
forever.
years, and he's still doing reasonably well with them. But it's like pushing a rock up a hill. Why would you want to do that when you can play something else?
Yeah.
So on that note, I think everyone's in agreement. We'd like to see something done to infantry. John is pushing for both more attacks, and I don't think you'd go
Make
crazy.
them 20 and 40.
I was going to say I think you're going 15 and 30 because that's for the base unit, and go 20 and 40 for the phalanx.
All right, that's better. I could live with that.
Now, wouldn't that be an awful lot of dice to like just smash out at once? 40 dice.
That's fine.
Look,
I'll do it. I'll do it happily.
Yeah, we'll figure out a way of rolling more dice. I mean, as long as we don't get into
I will giggle on the first flank attack and outright howl for the first time you get a rear, even if it's someone else getting it on me and they got to roll 120 dice because you're rolling.
Like, do it. Guess what?
Yeah.
You're getting all of it. That's right. In fact,
So-
didn't Nathaniel tried that on you once, where he's like, "Here's my rear," and you're like, "Not a chance."
No thanks. I don't have enough clock for that. Yep.
So how do we feel about phalanx right now in the tournament circuit? Coming up to Crossroads, do you think we're going to see some armies like totally geared up with phalanx?
Yes, I actually do.
No.
I think it's become like the newer hotness sort of thing. I know I've been beating this drum for a little bit, but I mean, rightfully so. I mean, you've got to have something against flyers. You got to have something against cavalry. And I think in a way it's kind of taken away from those sorts of things. I mean, as much as, the 6 flying units that, that John loves to bring every single time in every single army, rightfully so, because he plays them really well and screws around with your mentality while doing them.
I only have 4 flying units right now. Okay. It's only 4.
That's why it doesn't feel as good. But we needed something. I think phalanx might be a little bit too far. I think it should only be the -1 on the charge, not on the counter charge. Yeah, I'm not big on the charge counter charge thing. I mean, we can have a longer conversation with that if you really want to. But
I think phalanx is finally in a spot where it is a good spot, and it's a valid discussion over which unit do you take. I think if it's 10 points at the regiment or horde, I would take phalanx. I think if it gets much more than 10 points, it becomes questionable. But I think it's a great rule. I think the -1 to the front, if you're playing cav, there's still ways to get around phalanx. You just hit in the flank, hit in the rear. Unless phalanx is coupled with ensnare, you can still break through the front if you put enough effort into it. You just have to make sure you do the effort. But I actually really like the rule right now where it is, and this is probably one of the ones like triple attacks with duelist. Where having seen it in use for a year now, Ben, you and I are in disagreement where we stand on those two rules.
Damn right.
I like both of them right now.
Yeah.
You do. I don't know.
I think Phalanx is finally useful because they made it impactful in the game. Before, where it was just the -1 to hit or stripping Thunderous, like it just was a waste of points before.
It was stripping Thunderous, and that was it.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, great. Like I stripped Thunderous, but I'm still defense
I
3
still
or
die.
defense, yeah. Whereas the -1 to hit is actually more impactful than the stripping of Thunderous because.
Yep.
Well, I am glad we haven't seen it on something stupid like a larger infantry horde, or even like on a cavalry unit that's running around with their own phalanx sticks or something. Like that would be kind of odd. Or being able to
Why
give it the
would
giants.
they like? But why?
It's
No,
supposed to
that'd
be.
be weird. But
What?
Yeah, it would be. I know it's supposed to be like a wall of spikes in front
That
of
was a really weird rabbit hole you just went down there.
Yeah, but
Like
somebody's got to go
cavalry
down. It
running
might as
around
well
with
be
their
me.
own sharpened sticks to like what put out in case someone's riding at the, like. I mean, they're not bringing caltrops like, or like a spike barrier from the cops. Like, oh shit, put that out for no. I don't think we'll get that point. I don't think it's gonna get weird like that. But I think that Phalanx is useful finally. Yeah.
And I think they could put all the infantry up to the 1530 of Phalanx and just call it 1530 and then reduce the point differential between Phalanx and non-Phalanx.
Ooh, that's an okay idea too. Yeah, I'll take cheaper Phalanx.
Yeah,
because
so would I if I got on any of the units in my.
No, you don't get no naiads with Phalanx for you. Stop it. That's only for me. That's not for you.
That's not fair.
I think actually infantry without Phalanx. Oh,
well, that's where you get
defense
into
6. Like defense 6 dwarfs are a thing. They're still hard. They don't need Phalanx. They don't need ensnare. They're just defense 6
They don't
dwarfs.
need more attacks either. But anybody who's not defense 6 could go up in attacks.
You know what? I could even live with giving the defense 6 dwarfs an extra 3 attacks.
No,
they already got everything they want.
Well, give them a 5-point upgrade too, because
no, don't give them anything.
What to get like dogs that like
Make
throw
them
other
more
dogs
expensive.
on top of the dogs that they throw?
Give them the attacks, but lose dogs.
Done. Sold.
Yeah.
You're gonna be either or. Yeah, they're taking the dogs every single time.
No, they don't get the dogs.
No dogs
they
available.
don't get the option for dogs because you're
only 6. The throwing mastiffs get mastiffs, or the defense 5 guys can have.
Oh, that would be great.
That would be a real choice. Do you want to be
Yeah.
defense 6? You don't get throwing mastiffs. You get 15 attacks and you hit on 3s, so you're really good infantry.
So what about infantry? About the whole two-handed weapon things becoming Crush 2, but always taking the detriment to the defense. Like,
yeah,
isn't
that's
the whole
fine
point?
because you're not taking a shield.
No, I get the idea, but it's like I guess I go way back to the old Dark Elves with the Executioners who got light armor and giant swords.
Dude, Palace Guard used to be defense. No, they've always been defense 4.
Yeah, defense 4, Crush 1.
But now they can be defense 5 or Crush 1. And
I don't know. I think if you're bringing a two-handed weapon, it should be Crush 2. I honestly do.
I think the Northern Alliance ones are defense 5 and Crush 1, and there go my headphones. So hopefully we make it.
So, which armies, or who do you think is going to bring Phalanx to the Crossroads? That I guess final question.
I don't think there'll be that much. I really don't. I think that most people play with what they have, and we haven't seen a massive spike in Phalanx so far, so we won't at Crossroads either.
Well, that's sort of the thing at this point in time is that we're coming up to it, at least getting our cocks in our hands, and if that's going to happen sometime soon, then people are going to be playing with the army that they know the most, because familiarity is what everybody really wants at this point in time, right?
Go halflings.
Shut up, you.
I know.
But
say what you like.
But I think the only people who do Phalanx and ensnare really well right now are Ratkin and Kingdoms of Men.
Right.
And that's who does it. I think that's what we're going to see. And I think there will be a couple of those armies at Crossroads.
Well, you're forgetting about the ensnares with that stupid fucking finance rule, which shouldn't happen. It just
So.
shouldn't happen. It's an
Oh
abomination.
yeah. Hey, I can take defense 5 and crushing 1 on human tribesmen and take them in a horde. So they're a little bit slower, but pretty much better palace guard.
If only you had models for
Anyways.
those with pointy ears.
They work a lot better as naiads. It's so crazy. So
It's so crazy how that
it's
works.
like they want to be naiads. I don't know. I don't fight it. They can identify as who they want to. So that's the big thing. My elven infantry now identify as naiads. So
Well, I think my next thing I'm going to try and do is figure out a way of getting like a whole bunch of Crush 2 guys into an army that can actually survive the way in. And I don't
Mummies.
know.
Mummies with
Ooh, mummies,
caskets.
Oh, I
Ask
could
John
do
what he thinks about mummies.
I'm fine with mummies.
Oh, I thought you Empire of Dust.
He had no mummies.
He had no mummies.
No mummies. He had enslaved guardians,
He did
one
not have
horde of
mummies.
them, and they did their job really well. And then he had 2 hordes of the snake riders.
Yep, the
And
snake riders were
they survived
shockingly
a
good.
couple turns that they shouldn't have. So
Mummies with 15 attacks would also be scary.
Mummies
very
were
scary.
Yeah, especially with Life Leech 2 and all the regen and their
Aren't they
toughness.
dash 18 or something as well? To
They're
save?
dash
Oh, yes,
18.
they are. Dash 17, I think.
18.
So that already makes them way better because their nerve is higher and you can't just one-shot them.
You know, I
So
keep
that's the
going back
answer.
to.
Higher nerve, more attacks.
Well, I think maybe we found the. I mean, I've been dabbling with Empire of Dust for the last little bit, so kind of like them. So maybe that's what I'll do is I'll try and put something together for that sort of thing.
There you go.
All
You
right.
heard it here first. Ben is playing Empire of Dust at the Halloween tournament.
Oh God, no!
Ta-da! Heard it here first.
How am I going to make this happen? All right, damn it! I'm going to figure out a way of making this happen some way, shape, or form.
You already have an Empire of Dust army. Quit playing.
I do.
You're fine.
I do. I just got to glue it down and finish painting it.
You're all set.
You're all set.
But there's not a lot of mummies in that fucking box, so I'll figure it out.
Are there things that could identify as mummies?
I think I have a box of Empire of Dust if you want me to drop it off or give it to you, like one of the mega box sets or something.
Oh,
See?
you son of a
Look at that.
bitch.
You say things out loud and solutions just manifest.
Yeah, but then I got to. Well, it's not really painting, is it? If it's like spray and then dip. Yeah, I can't really paint anymore, but
Get that bleach bone primer, paint the
Oh,
metals,
that
and
might
then
actually-
dip it.
God damn, I hate you. You're such a nice man, yet I hate you so much.
We're just here to solve your problems. Okay?
Yeah.
So we're facilitators, Ben.
Well, let's go with facilitators.
Yeah. We facilitate things. Don't invite us to your intervention.
What intervention am I gonna have?
Any
With all that
any
drinking and
intervention.
drugs that I do, like, come on.
Any intervention.
Any intervention.
You're
Yeah.
the one who keeps talking about can't wait to have your cock in your hand. So if we get invited to that
Damn it,
intervention, I'm
everybody
gonna be like,
wants to get a
listen,
fresh cock
if it
in their
feels
hand.
good, you should just do it. Just do it
You're
quick when
terrible.
no one's looking. You'll be fine.
But nobody's
What's our
looking
next
right now.
topic?
You have no clue.
That's why I didn't bring that up. What's our next topic?
I don't think we have a next topic at this point. in
I
time.
think we hit everything we wanted to say. So
I think we did this time around. So, well, then, as we come to the end of this quick one, we should have some more stuff coming out soon, including the live cast of putting together Ray's Army. News to follow at some point in time. Maybe we'll even put a short in to say when this is happening. But at the end of this, for the looks and the brains, we thank you for being one of the 10s. And we'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.
Bye.
Cheers.
That was a